My name is Sophie Turner. Not the actress, just another 29-year-old graphic designer living in Seattle, trying to navigate the disaster that is modern dating. 3 weeks ago, I matched with someone on a dating app who would destroy everything I thought I knew about reality. That person was me. Me, but 10 years older. I know how insane that sounds. Trust me, I've spent every waking moment since then trying to rationalize it, explain it away, find some logical explanation. There isn't one. There's only the truth. And the truth is terrifying. Let me start from the beginning. I'd been single for 8 months after a particularly brutal breakup. My friends kept pushing me to get back out there, which in 2025 means downloading whatever dating app hasn't been completely overrun by bots and scammers. I settled on ChromaDate, a newer app that promised deeper connections through advanced compatibility algorithms. Their gimmick was something about quantum matching, using some supposedly revolutionary AI to find your temporal soulmate. I assumed it was just marketing bullshit. I was wrong. I created my profile on a Tuesday night, slightly wine drunk and feeling particularly lonely. I uploaded my best photos, the one from my friend's wedding where I actually looked happy, the hiking photo from Mount Rainier, the obligatory coffee shop candid. I wrote a bio that was equal parts witty and desperate. Graphic designer who promises not to redesign your life unless it's in desperate need of better fonts. Looking for someone who appreciates both pretentious coffee and gas station wine. The app's interface was different from others. Instead of immediately showing you potential matches, it had this weird loading screen with fractal patterns that seemed to move in impossible ways. The message read, calculating temporal compatibility across all possible timelines. Again, I thought it was just fancy marketing. After about 30 seconds, my first match appeared. The profile was named ST2035, and the main photo was unsettling. It was clearly a woman, but her face was slightly blurred, like the photo had been taken through water or time itself. Something about her seemed familiar, but I couldn't place it. Her bio was brief. You already know me. You've always known me. Coffee on Thursday? Normally, I'd swipe left on something so cryptic, but there was something magnetic about the profile. The woman in the photos, there were 3 of them, looked successful, confident. In one photo, she stood in front of what looked like a tech company's headquarters, wearing a designer suit I could never afford. In another, she was on a boat somewhere tropical, laughing at something off camera. The third photo made my blood run cold. It was taken in my apartment, my current apartment, but the furniture was different, more expensive, and there was art on the walls I didn't recognize. I matched. Of course I matched. How could I not? The first message came immediately. Hello, Sophie. I've been waiting for this moment for 10 years. I stared at my phone. How did she know my name? I hadn't included it in my profile, just my initials, ST. How do you know my name? I typed back. Check your mirror. Really look at yourself. Then look at my photos again. My hands were shaking as I walked to my bathroom mirror. I stared at my reflection, tired eyes, messy bun, the small scar above my left eyebrow from a childhood accident. Then I looked at the photos again, screenshot them, zoomed in. The scar. She had the same scar. The nose, my slightly crooked nose from when I broke it in college, dot the eyes. This is some kind of prank, I typed. Who are you really? I'm you, Sophie. I'm you from January 15th, 2035, and we need to meet. Your life, our life, depends on it. I should have deleted the app, blocked the profile, called the police, maybe. Instead, I kept messaging. This is impossible. In 2027, you'll learn it's not. ChromaDate isn't what you think it is. The company that really runs it, Temporal Dynamics, they discovered something. Time isn't linear, Sophie. It's more like a web, and consciousness can travel along the strands. The app is designed to match people across temporal boundaries. You're insane. I'm you. In 6 months, you're going to get a job offer from a startup called Neuralink Design. You'll turn it down because the pay is lower than your current job. Don't. Take it. That's where you'll meet David Chen. Who's David Chen? The love of our life. Also, the man who helps invent the technology that makes this conversation possible. But none of that matters if we don't meet on Thursday. I laughed. Actually laughed. This had to be the most elaborate catfishing attempt in history. Fine, I typed. Where and when? Quantum Coffee on Pine Street, 3:33 p.m. Don't be late. Time, as you'll learn, is very particular about precision. That was Tuesday. I had 2 days to either prepare for the most interesting coffee date of my life or realize I was walking into some elaborate scam or worst out Wednesday. I did research. I deep dove into ChromaDate's company information. The app was registered to a company called ChromaDate, but when I searched deeper, I found connections to something called Temporal Dynamics Ltd, registered in Switzerland. Their website was just a single page with an equation I didn't understand and the phrase, "Time is not a river, but an ocean." I reverse searched the images from ST2035's profile. No matches. The photos didn't exist anywhere else on the internet. I even ran them through eye detection software. They came back as 100% real, not generated or manipulated. That night, I had the dream. Or was it a memory? I was standing in an office I didn't recognize, but somehow knew. Glass walls overlooked Seattle, but the skyline was different, taller buildings. Strange architectural designs that seemed to defy physics. A man stood next to me, Asian, handsome, with kind eyes behind designer glasses. "The connection is stable," he said. "You can send the message back now. Will she believe me?" I heard myself ask, but my voice was older, more confident. "You did," he replied, squeezing my hand. "Remember? You already lived through this, just from the other side." I woke up gasping, my phone buzzing with a message from ST2035. "Did you dream about David? The temporal connection is strengthening. Tomorrow, everything changes." Thursday arrived gray and drizzling, typical Seattle January weather. I told myself I wasn't really going to meet her. I was just going to walk by the coffee shop, see if anyone was waiting, then leave. But at 3:30 p.m., I found myself standing outside Quantum Coffee. Umbrella dripping, heart pounding. Through the window, I saw her dot. It was like looking into a funhouse mirror that showed the future instead of distortion. She was me, but refined by time. Her hair was shorter, professionally styled with subtle highlights that probably cost more than my rent. She wore clothes that fit perfectly, not just in size, but in that way that only comes from having them tailored. Her posture was different too, straighter, more assured. She sat at a corner table with 2 cups already waiting, checking a phone that looked impossibly thin, projecting some kind of holographic display I'd never seen before. She looked up. Our eyes met through the glass. She smiled my smile, but sadder, and waved me in. I should have run. Every rational part of my brain was screaming at me to run. Instead, I walked in. "Sophie," she said as I approached. Her voice was mine, but with a slight rasp, like she'd spent years giving presentations. "God, you look so young." I forgot how young we were. I sat down, unable to speak. Up close, the resemblance was undeniable. Every freckle, every line, even the way she unconsciously touched her ear when nervous, my nervous habit. "This is really happening," I finally managed. "It is. And we don't have much time. In about 10 minutes, the connection will destabilize and I'll have to go back." The technology can only maintain the bridge for short periods without causing paradoxes. Paradoxes? She leaned forward. Sophie, what I'm about to tell you will sound insane, but you need to listen. In my timeline, the original timeline, ChromaDate, doesn't launch until 2027. I never meet myself. I marry Ryan, my ex Ryan, the one who cheated on me with his CrossFit instructor. Yes, we get back together in 6 months. It's not good. By 2030, I'm divorced, depressed, and working a dead-end job. Then David creates the prototype for temporal messaging. He's been in love with me since we briefly worked on a project together at Neuralink. He uses the technology to send a message back, to create ChromaDate earlier, to give us a chance to change things by matching us with ... ourselves. The algorithm isn't designed to match you with other people, Sophie. It's designed to match you with yourself across time, to let you guide yourself toward better choices, to let the future help the past. My coffee sat untouched, growing cold. This is insane. Look. She pulled out her phone, that impossible future phone, and showed me photos. They were all of her, but in each one, she looked different. Older in some, younger in others, different hair, different clothes, different lives lived. These are all us, Sophie. Different timelines, different choices. The Sophie who stayed in Portland, the Sophie who took the job in Tokyo, the Sophie who never broke up with Ryan, the Sophie who died in a car accident in 2028. That last one made me flinch. She noticed. That's why I'm here. In 3 years, on March 15th, 2028, you'll be driving home late from work. You'll be tired, stressed about a deadline. A drunk driver will run a red light at the intersection of 5th and Madison, unless ... unless what? Unless you're not there. Unless you take the Tokyo job that's offered to you in 2027. Unless you're living a completely different life by then. You're telling me you came back in time to save my life? I'm telling you I came back to save our life. All the versions of us across all the timelines, we're connected. When one of us dies, all of us feel it. When one of us suffers, we all carry that pain. But when one of us thrives, she smiled, and for a moment I saw genuine happiness in my eyes. We all benefit. Her phone buzzed. The holographic display showed something I couldn't read, symbols that hurt to look at. I have to go, she said urgently. The connection is destabilizing. But Sophie, listen to me. Next month, you'll get an email from a recruiter about a position at a company called Quantum Dynamics. It'll seem like a scam. It's not. Take the interview. Also, on February 3rd, don't take your usual route to work. Trust me. She stood up, then paused. One more thing. In your nightstand drawer, behind the books, there's a journal you started but never wrote in. Start writing. Document everything. You'll understand why later. Wait, I said, grabbing her arm. It felt solid, real warm. How do I know any of this is real? How do I know I'm not just having a breakdown? She reached into her bag and pulled out something small, pressed it into my hand. It was a ring silver with an inscription in a language I didn't recognize. David gives this to you, to us, on December 31st, 2029. He has it specially made. There's only one in existence. She squeezed my hand around it. Now there's two. The air around her started to shimmer, like heat waves rising from hot asphalt. Other customers in the coffee shop didn't seem to notice, but to me, she was flickering in and out of existence. Remember, she said, her voice fading. Neuralink. February 3rd, the journal. And Sophie, you're stronger than you know. We're stronger than we know. She disappeared. Not dramatically. 1 second, she was there, translucent and fading, and the next, the chair was empty. Only the ring in my hand proved she'd ever been there at all. I sat there for another hour staring at the ring. The inscription, when I looked closer, was a date, 123-12029, 4 years in the future. The metal was unlike anything I'd ever felt warm to the touch, almost alive. That night, I looked in my nightstand drawer. Behind 3 books I'd been meaning to read, there was indeed a journal, a leather-bound notebook my mom had given me years ago. I'd completely forgotten about it. I opened it to the first page and began to write January 15th, 2025. Today I met myself, ... Over the next few days, things started happening exactly as she'd predicted. The email from Quantum Dynamics arrived on January 28th. The position was for a senior designer, offering twice my current salary. The interview was scheduled for February 10th. On February 3rd, I took a different route to work, despite it adding 15 minutes to my commute. Later that day, I saw on the news that a construction crane had collapsed, crushing several cars on my usual route. The timestamp showed it happened exactly when I would have been passing underneath. I got the job at Quantum Dynamics. My first day was March 1st, 2025. The building was a gleaming tower in downtown Seattle, all glass and impossible angles. My supervisor was supposed to be someone named Sarah Kim, but when I arrived at my new office, a different name was on the door, David Chen. He was exactly as I'd seen him in the dream. Same kind eyes, same designer glasses, same gentle smile. "You must be Sophie," he said, extending his hand. "I've been looking forward to meeting you. I have a feeling we're going to create something extraordinary together." I shook his hand, feeling the weight of the ring in my pocket, the ring he would supposedly give me in 4 years. "I have the same feeling," I said. "We worked together for 3 months before he asked me to dinner. 6 months before our first kiss. A year before he told me about his research into temporal mechanics. 2 years before he showed me the prototype. It's been 3 years now since I met myself in that coffee shop. David and I are engaged, yes, with the same ring, though he doesn't know I already have its duplicate hidden away. We're on the verge of a breakthrough with the temporal messaging technology. Sometimes, late at night when I'm working in the lab, I see movement in the corner of my eye, other versions of myself, glimpsing through the temporal walls. Last week, something new happened. I received a message on ChromaDate, which I'd kept installed but never opened again. It was from ST2045 me. 20 years in the future. The message was simple. The loop is almost complete. Prepare for the convergence. All of us, all of our timelines are about to merge. The Sophie you save today determines the Sophie we all become tomorrow. Attached was a date, March 15th, 2028, the day I was supposed to die, but also, according to the metadata in the message, the day everything changes. The day all versions of Sophie Turner across all timelines converge into one. The day I become we. I'm writing this on March 14th, 2028. Tomorrow, I face either death or transformation. David is beside me, working on the final calibrations for what he calls the Convergence protocol. He still doesn't know I've been through this before, in a way. He doesn't know about the coffee shop meeting, about the ring, about the journal I've been keeping, or maybe he does. Maybe he's always known. Maybe this is all part of the plan, his plan, my plan. Our plan across time. The timestamp on my computer reads 11:47 p.m. in 13 minutes. It will be March 15th in 13 minutes. I'll know if the future me was telling the truth in 13 minutes. Everything changes or everything ends update. It's 12:01 a.m. March 15th, 2028. I can feel them, all of them. All of me. The Sophie who stayed with Ryan, broken and bitter. The Sophie who took the Tokyo job, successful but lonely. The Sophie who never left Portland, content but unfulfilled. The Sophie who died 3 minutes ago in a timeline where she never got the warning. We're all here, in this moment, in this body, in this singular point in time. David is holding my hand. The machine is humming. Reality is bending. Are you ready? He asked. I think of the message I need to send back to the coffee shop to start this all over again. To save myself. To save all of ourselves. I've always been ready, I tell him. I just didn't know it yet. The convergence begins, and somewhere in 2025, a younger version of me is about to download ChromaDate, about to start the journey that leads here, to this moment, to this beautiful, terrifying, infinite loop of self-salvation. The last thing I write in this journal. Before I become we, before we become something new, time isn't a river or an ocean. It's a mirror reflecting all the selves we were, are, and will be. And sometimes, if you're very lucky or very cursed, the mirror looks back. Sometimes the mirror matches with you.